So I would like to introduce you to Sinclip. This is a relatively older made account. I believe this was account made back in 2021. So once again, this is likely one of those like, oh, I made it a while ago and then started cheating on it, or bought something on it that was premium because he has like the CEV. The ironic thing about this account is that he's one, not very good, and two, the only vehicles he tends to be really good in are HE slingers, which, surprise to no one, is what a lot of these guys do. Because you're blatantly cheating, and you even own the T55E1, and you're not very good in it because clearly you don't play it like you should. You shouldn't be flanking with it. You don't just sit in the back of that map like this guy does and shoot at things he physically cannot see. So the upset about that, though, is that, like I've said before, these guys are so bad at the game that they shoot things at 1.5 kilometers, or like this guy, miss entirely because the guy is behind a bunch of terrain, can't even hit him at all, and that's all they can do. They're shooting rounds that have such high arc to them, then all they have to do is this. They have to just shoot over everything because they don't know how to do anything else. And also, they're sitting at the very back of the freaking map, thinking that's how you get things done. Hate to say it, but because you're a cheater and you don't know how to play the game, this is what has to be done. You are doing this nonsense because you don't know how to play the game realistically. The one upside, like I said in my other video, is this game really doesn't feel like it has a lot of cheaters right now. I feel like because Black Ops 6 came out, or Black Ops came out, that all the cheaters moved over there. This game, it really, so the way I've seen a lot of cheaters are in this game is, in reality, a lot of people cheat in this game because they can. They spend the money on it, they want to cheat, that's all they do. They literally have no brain cell instead of just cheating in a video game that has no real way to, progress realistically, make money off of. It doesn't make sense. And what would be great is if Gaijin actually paid attention to their community and would ban people immediately instead of doing nothing about it. Gaijin apparently temporarily banned a TKer for a nuke plane within like 48 hours of a Reddit post, and yet these guys blatantly cheat for months on end, and Gaijin does literally nothing about it. So you're telling me that the mods actually care, yet don't. Wow, that's crazy. You know how you could fix the TKing problem? Make it to where people can't TK nuke planes. Because right now, nukes in general in this game are fairly hard to get, at least at lower, at higher BRs they're pretty brain dead, but at lower BRs it's tend to when you get the most nukes because people spawn in more. And in reality what it is people need to know that cheating in this game is only relevant at certain BRs. And I don't think people really realize that. Does somebody talk about it? Nope. People aren't really realizing that these guys literally have nothing better to do than to sit in a game that has no progress in it. But like I said, because I think Black Ops came out, there's a lot fewer cheaters in this game. And our favorite group of individuals, every time I look at their server, there's not much going on there. I know a lot of them probably sit offline because they're all cowards. I looked in there the other day. There was like maybe 50 people on War Thunder of their like 1,000+ person server. So in that regard, it means that fewer and fewer people are playing, because you can join that server without doing anything. Like, you don't have to pay. You just be in there to look or browse. They don't kick you out for any real reason. So they want to keep doing that, sure, I'll just stay in there. It's funny as heck. So in very much regard, it's good that there's less people cheating in the game. I do have a lot of reports right now in my comment section, but a lot of them are like one-off shots on people that don't look like cheating, or are just, they seem sus for what it is, but in reality it was a good shot on that person's part, and that's what it was. Or the person in general doesn't know that the game plays that way. They're not experienced. They don't know how the corners on it work. In reality, they just aren't experienced with knowing how it looks like in the game, etc., etc. So in that same regard, please remember that we are in War Thunder to play and enjoy it. You play a BR that you like. You'd be like this idiot who doesn't know that the Ho reproduction is very hard to kill with HE frontally, and laugh at their expense because they're spending a couple hundreds to a couple $1,000s a year to cheat. And they think that's worth it when, yeah. This guy keeps shooting him. Can't do any damage to him. He loaded 25 rounds, and he has 1 kill for it. He's used 15 rounds out of all this and hasn't gotten 1 kill so far. So this is what I'm saying. These guys blatantly cheat, but don't know how to play. And he finally got actual damage, but that's very little damage when you think about it on a Ho-Re with an HE shell. Considering the Ho-Re is an open top, technically. It's an open flap. It should be able to be overpressured. Granted, the Comet's the same way. Comet's got like a canvas roof. Should be able to be overpressured. But, that'd be too hard. Granted, I don't really think those vehicles need to be nerfed in that way. I think that's kind of a pain in the butt to do it to them like that. So, yeah. So, I'm going to leave it here because there's not much else I need to really discuss on this because of what is going on. If people want to ask me questions in regards to some of the stuff I've done in the past, like if you have a question about the game or just a question about anything in general, just pop a comment down below. I read all my comments because obviously this channel isn't super big, and I like reading interesting comments from people, but wow, it only took you almost 20 shots to kill a single tank. But yeah, so if you have a question to ask, I'm more than willing to answer it. I have no issue with the way this game works. I obviously take issue with cheaters, but like I said, in reality, they're very few and far between, and most of the time, they're pretty garbage at the game. So, as always, if you're a person in question you want to lead to me, please try to follow the pinned comment below. And as always, I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night. Have a good one.